In today's tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to draw this beautiful Avocet with a nice background in Procreate. In the end of the video, we will turn it into a card. Please download all tutorial files under the video, and if you are ready, let's get started. I've gone ahead and created a vertical canvas with the dimensions of 2000 by 2500 pixels. To draw this Avocet with a beautiful background behind it, I will be using various brushes that already come with Procreate app. In addition to that, I've made a combined set of brushes from my free and premium packs. It is included in the tutorial bundle, along with a color palette. Both files are free to download via the Gumroad link in the video description. If you'd like to check out my premium brush sets and get access to tons of exclusive drawing video tutorials and brush making videos, you can join our creative community on Patreon. You will find a link to it below this video as well. Now, without further ado, let's begin drawing. I'd like to start with the background. And to change the background color easily, let's tap here on the background color. Then from the color palette, select color number 1 and it will be recolored right away. Now we can open the color palette again and select color 2. Open the brush library and go to spray paints. It is an original Procreate set. From this list, let's pick the first brush called Ultrafine Nozzle. I will set the brush size to maximum and apply this color at the lower side. To add a subtle gradient, we will get this nice bluish color. We can paint approximately half of the canvas like this. And after that, I will pick color 3. Apply it here in the corner on the left, just a little bit. Now after we did that, we can start working on the foreground. And for that we need to create another layer above this one. From the color palette I will select fourth color, go back to the Avocet brush set, and select a brush called Grass Blade Gouache. It is from my Botanics set. If you don't have it yet, you can find it on my Gumroad and download it for free. The size is also set to maximum, and I will start drawing on the sides. To create these shapes, the edges will look a little bit blurry. I will just paint at the bottom, and then also on the left side. It may go a little upper here. Then I will make a few more strokes to paint it all. Let me work on the edge a little more. And now after we did that, before shading, I will go and duplicate this layer to get opaque color. Now we can merge these two. I will go to Liquify, select Push option, and adjust it. Let me push this one a little bit down. And now it is okay. We can add a few more layers with the grass. So I will put another one above this one and select color 12. To draw individual grass blades, let's select Grass Blade Basic. I will start drawing from here. The size is at 11%. And adjusting the brush size, we can get various shapes. Let me make this one a bit wider. It may also have an angle on the tip. Then I will draw a few more shapes like this. They may be intersecting. Some of them can be smaller. Then also go to the right side. this way, even outside the shape. Let me add a few more here. And now that we have them, we can highlight some of the blades. For that I will alpha lock this layer and go to select color 30. Let me just paint here. Also on this one. And I'm highlighting the widest parts. Like this. We can put a color here. Then on the tip. And it will be enough. Right after we did that, we can go back to this layer and also alpha lock it to add a gradient here. Let's use the same color. Go back to spray paints and pick this textured brush that we already used on the background. We just need to lower the size a little bit and apply it on top of the shapes to highlight them a little bit. And at the lower side, we can apply color 12. Also make a few strokes. This way we will hide the area from where the grass grows. Make it more smooth. Alright, and after that, we can create another layer below to add even more grass. This time I will select color 5. Go to Avocet and select the first brush. It is called Wild Grass. Actually, it is an original brush from Procreate, from Organic Set. But if we used it as it is, it would go with an angle like this. But this brush I made goes straight. This is the difference. So let's set the size to 20% and make a horizontal strokes between these two shapes. We can even create an arc. Let me move it a little. And we can try to use warp. I will drag it a little bit down on the right side. But still it goes straight. Like this. Now we can duplicate this layer. Open this one on top and set it to multiply mode. Let's drag it a little bit down. We can also move it and apply warp. Change the angle a little so it looks slightly different. Also, we can lower the opacity of this layer so it's not very dark. Around 79% will work. Right after that, I will create another layer below, right above the background. Also select color 6, so we can draw another row of grass. It will go a little upper than this one. I will also move it to the right side. We can try to make a few strokes to get different colors. Now I will switch to uniform. Try to make it bigger. And move it to the side like this. Alright, let's keep it for now. And then create one more layer below to create a highlighted grass. For that we need to select color 7. Let's try to increase the size a little bit to around 27% and draw more grass by making a stroke here. It may go in different directions until we get this. I think we can do this. To remove this sharp edge, I will go to Adjustments and select Perspective Blur. Just move the pencil to the right, to around 10% or so. We will get this result. And now to blend the colors better, we can duplicate layer 6. It has this orange color. Let's set it to luminosity. And then move it a little bit up. Then I will lower the opacity of this layer. This time we can set it to around 66%. Let me try to move this one. Actually, I will transform it uniformly. And try to lower the opacity here too. So there are no sharp borders between the grass. Now it is fine. In the next step, I'd like to add a few more individual grass blades on the foreground, because if we used only brushes like this grass brush, all our drawings would look same. And by drawing with a freehand, you can add your own touch and make it different. So let's select color 27 from the palette. Then pick Grass Blade Basic and create a layer on top of all layers. Let's set the size to 9% and start drawing here at the bottom. I will make a curvy one here. Then draw a longer one. Make it thinner. Then add another curvy one here. And after that, I will also draw on the left. Make it go like this, with a curve. We can make the size even smaller, like 6%. To get a very thin tip. This brush is very pressure sensitive. So if you press more on it, you will get more opaque color and also make it wider. Alright. Now these are ready. Let's change the color into number 9 and add a few more grass blades on the side. For that I will lower the size once again to 4% and draw a long one here on the side. It will go down like this. Let me make it a bit wider in the center. And then it will go to the right. I will also press more here. Let me fix this one, so it goes more straight. Actually, we can use Liquify in push mode. And change it even more. Let me push it a little. And now I like it. We can alpha lock the layer to add a highlight here. Since it is long, it will be more exposed to the highlight. And this at the bottom can stay dark. For the highlight I will select color 7. Just put it here on top. We can make a few strokes to make the color brighter. Then it'll go down like this. And I will also put the color here to make it highlighted as well. I think we can make it even wider on this part. And now it is totally fine. Let's keep the foreground and go to create another layer. This time I will put it above the grass, but under this big shape. Let's go back to color 9 and start drawing more. Actually, to get sharper edges, we can go to calligraphy and select a script brush. It works very similar. So it is also pressure sensitive, and we need to pick the correct size. I'll start drawing this way. Add more grass. Also changing the pressure and angle of the drawing. It may go straight like this. Then another one. Then I will draw this way and go to the right. Let me add a few shapes here. This way. Then another one. And I think we can draw a longer one here. It'll go almost all the way up. Like this. Now I will be adding smaller shapes on the sides of it. Also changing the pressure. It can be curvy. For example, this way. Then I will put a smaller line. Here we can put a leaf. Then a stem for the flower that we will draw later. And I will continue going down, making curves and lines. Some of them can be shorter. Here we can put another flower. So I will add a short stem, then a longer leaf, and a few more. Let me do this. To be able to adjust only this shape, we first need to go to Selection, remove Color Fill, and outline it. Then we can click on the arrow and use Warp. I will change the arc a little bit, move it closer to the side. Like this. We still need some space for the flower. Now I like it. We can remove the selection and start adding the highlight here too. For that we will need color 7. Let's also alpha lock this layer. And start drawing. Let me highlight this one. Then also here. It may go down on the stem as well. And this one. Let's also do the same here. Actually, to get it a little bit textured, for now we can go back to the previous brush. Start highlighting it. I will just make the size a bit bigger to get more texture. Let's highlight this one. Then this tiny leaf on the side. Another one. This one here. just at the bottom as well. Let me highlight this one. And I think now we can add the flower. As the base color for it, let's select color 28. We can go back to script brush. It was here in calligraphy. I will create a new layer and draw a simple shape. That has these petals. We can try to fill it. It will still have some texture if you zoom. Now we can select color 29 and draw a shape in the center. Also pick color 26 and draw on the side. Let's alpha lock it so we can add a gradient. I will also select color 22. And this nozzle brush from spray paints. Just make the size smaller and make a subtle stroke on the side. Let me adjust the shape a little bit. I will just grab a razor and set it to medium hard airbrush. Make the size smaller and add some distance between the petals. Okay, I think now it is totally fine. Let me just scale it. I think it turned out too big. Then I will match it with the stem. After that we can just duplicate this layer. Drag this one down. I will rotate it and make it even smaller. So we can put it here, like this. Now when this flower is ready, we can continue drawing more. So let's go ahead and create a layer between these, under the dark part. Let's select color 9 again and script brush for drawing. Let me just start drawing from here. Also change the pressure and angle to get various shapes. Some of them can go straight, also to this side. I will add a few more. We can also try to select color 6 to add more grass, so it will be slightly darker, and blend with the grass. Alright, after we did that, let's select color 10 to add a few flowers in addition to grass. Here I will lower the size and draw thin lines for the stems. Also I will draw flowers on top. Just put them very simple. They may go this way. Look like tulips. Let's make a few longer ones. And of course you can go with your own shapes. Just make something beautiful and nice. Let me put a curve here. I will also turn it into a flower. And add a few more on the left. Also as curves. Add in these simple shapes. Let me put another one here. Then one more. A tiny one. And now we can shade and highlight all this grass. But before doing that, let's go to eraser and set it to soft brush. I will increase the size and erase the tips at the bottom, so it'll look blended. Now we can alpha lock this layer and go to select color 11. I will apply this color on the sides of the pink flowers, so they will get dimension and also a shadow. We can put it at the bottom. Also on this side. We can make this one completely dark. Also this one. And after the flowers, let's also highlight the grass blades. So we can use color 7. I think we better switch to this grass blade to get it a little bit textured. So I will start applying it here on the top part. We can make a few strokes and finish the highlights. Just a little bit. Alright, now let me do this. I will select all the layers with the grass that we painted with a brush. Click on the arrow and just drag it a little bit down using freeform transformation, like this. Now I like it better, so we have more space for the bird. Okay, before drawing the bird, let's do this. I want to add a few more grass blades and make them blurry, so it'll look like they're located far away. Let's apply dark color here, but before that create a layer under all layers above the background. We can select color 4. Let's also use script brush here, so I will just go to recent brushes and find it in the list. Let's also keep it very simple. So I will draw here on the side. Let me increase the size a little bit. I will make an arc like this and then add a few more strokes to it. Let me put another one here. Try to make it different. Then also draw another one here on the left. Make it more curvy. Then we can draw a straight one, like this. Make strokes on both sides, so they all look a little bit different. Let me just make this a bit wider, because we will apply blur on it anyway. Now we can also select color 9, and to balance the composition, we can draw a bigger shape here on the left. But here I will select grass blade. Set the size to 7% and start drawing from top. Then it'll go down like this. We can put a few more shapes on the sides. Let me draw a big one here. Then another line. Like this. I will make it more opaque by making more strokes. And after we did that, we can go to Adjustments and select Gaussian Blur. Let's slide a little bit to the right. We can set it to around 5 or 4% in order not to make it too blurry. Now it is fine. I think the background is almost ready. We can keep it for now and start drawing the bird. It will be the main character of our composition. Let me first create a layer on top of all layers. And to see the edges better, I think I will tap and hold here to remove all the layers. Also, I will make the background white for now, so we can make a quick sketch. Let me pick some dark color, for example number 4. Then I will go to Inking and select Ink Bleed. I will show you a very easy way to draw this bird by using basic shapes. When I came up with this idea of drawing a beautiful long-legged bird, I was choosing between an Avocet and a Stylized. What makes them recognizable is a long, slightly curved beak and relatively long legs. Their neck is a little long too, and generally these birds are very cute and beautiful, so I picked an Avocet as an inspiration. Alright, let's now set the size to 7% and draw a small oval for the head. Like this. Now let's keep some distance and draw another oval for the body. It will go to the right side like this. It may actually look like an egg. Now we need to connect them to draw the neck. Let's make it a little bit curvy on this side. It will go to the body. And then I will draw another one here. Let's make this transition. I will add an eye here. And now we can draw the beak too. So let me start from here. It will be the head. And then I will just draw a line. Then another one. It looks like this. Let's also make a shape here inside. We can now select Eraser. I'd like to set it to medium hard airbrush. We can remove this line. Just make a few adjustments. And also remove this line on the head. Now let's make the beak go a little up with a small curve. Let me outline it more so it has more distinct borders. Like this. Now we can draw a wing inside. It will start from here. Also go down. And from this point, I will continue. so we can make it longer. Let's make it a bit rounded here. And connect it to this part. Then I will also remove this line. To keep the proportions, I think you can find some references. But actually we don't have to be very accurate. Now that we have this silhouette, let's also draw the tail. It will have a similar shape, but then we need to connect it to the body. Also remove this line. Now it is almost ready. We only need to draw the legs. So I will first just draw 2 triangles here. They may intersect a little. Then we can draw a short line for this one too. And after that it will go down. Crisscross. Let's continue this one. We can make it a bit rounded. I won't finish it at the bottom, because it will be covered by the grass. Let me just fix it a little. And then I will continue this one too. It will just go down. Alright, I think it turned out quite nice. And now that the sketch is ready, we can start coloring it. But before adding base colors, let's go back to our layer and tap and hold on it. To bring everything back, we can also change the background color into the first one again. And to see the sketch better, I will invert it to make it white. Then also lower the opacity. I will set it to 50%, so you can still see it. Now we can create a layer under the sketch. And from the color palette, select color 16. Let's apply it using medium hard airbrush from airbrushing section. I have it selected. Just need to adjust the size, so we can still get soft edges. I will apply this color on the entire body, including the small parts of the legs. But let me first work on the big part. I'll go here, also on top of it. Let me make a stroke this way. And also paint the neck. We can lower the size on smaller shapes. Like this. Let me now work on the right side. And also outline the head. But we will draw the beak later. Now we only need to outline the head like this. Let me connect it here. Then also on this part. Let me make it round. And after that I will make the size bigger. To paint inside. Now let's lower it again. and draw the small shapes. We can make it slightly curvy. Then I will paint it here, and also this one. Also make an arc instead of a straight line. Okay, this is done now. Let's finish the wing and the tail. So I will just draw this way. We don't have to make it very sharp on the tip. The tail is ready. Let's now draw the wing. I will stretch the color to this side. Also apply low pressure on the tip, so it'll get this look of a feather. But of course we will work on it more. Okay, I think it is done here. Let's now draw the beak and the eye on the same layer. I will create it on top of this one and select dark color number 12. To be able to draw this small shape, I think we can switch for another brush. It can be technical pen from Inkin. We can just outline the beak. I will try to make a smooth line with one stroke. Create this curve on the tip. And then connect it at the lower side. Let's also draw inside the head. And this time we can just fill it by dragging the color inside. After that I will draw the eye, just as a circle. Then I will pick the color right from here and draw another small circle for the light reflection. Now let's tap and hold here to go back to the dark color, so we can draw the legs too. But I think we can make them slightly textured. So from recent brushes I will select medium harder brush again. Adjust the size. And we can draw the legs on the same layer. Both of them. We can make multiple strokes. Create this intersection. We can fix it later after we remove the sketch. Now let's just paint. Let it go down. Later we can fix it. Let's now draw the second leg. And now these colors are applied. Let's open the color palette and select color 19. In nature you can meet an Avocet that has mostly black and grey colors, with a little bit of brown, but I'm going to use mostly brown tones just to make it more beautiful and artistic. Let's use medium harder brush and also create another layer. For that I will go to the layer with the base color, add another one on top of it, and then clip to keep the color inside. Now let's use medium harder brush and apply it on the head and on the neck. We can increase the size here. I will start painting from here and move down. Let's paint it this way. Make it almost parallel to the wing here on the side. And go a little down on the chest. Like this. Make the edge a little bit soft. But not so perfect. And to be able to shade it easier, I think we can draw the wing on another layer. Let's create it here. And then also clip. Let's outline it this way. Follow the sketch. Go upper. And then finish it on top. This way we will keep the edges soft. Let's just finish it here. And after that we can remove the sketch to check how it looks. Let's keep these colors for now and highlight the beak. We have it here on this layer, so we can just go ahead and alpha lock it. Then I will select color 17. And I think here we can go to change the brush. It's better to use Wattlebird from Materials. It is a perfect brush for shading. Since the beak shape is small, we can lower the brush size. Let's try around 3%. I will start making stroke here on top to highlight half of it. So let's paint this way. Then I will pick the dark color again and make another stroke. Like this. Now let's tap and hold here to go back to the previous color. Then I will create a layer on top of this one and set it to screen to get a lighter shade. We also need to clip it. Set the brush size to very low amount and just draw another line. Like this. Let's make it perfect. And after that grab a eraser. Let's set it to soft brush. Erase it here on the tip. And generally blend it. So I will also erase it this way. And now it is great. We can also do it by lowering the opacity of the layer. But keep it still highlighted. Let me try to select this color. I will go here and adjust the highlight inside the eye. Alright, now it is better. The beak is ready. I think we can also highlight the legs. We can pick some color from here. Let it be very light green, like this one. And I will start drawing here on the side of the leg. We can make the size a bit smaller here. Continue this line. And then also go down. Then I will make the size bigger. We need to be careful because we have both legs on one layer. Let's now put the color here. And after that continue the line going down. Just like this. Alright, now the legs and the beak are ready. We can go back to the wing. To be able to shade it, we also need to apply alpha lock and add a few colors here. But before that I also want to change the brush. Let's go to Avocet and grab Soft Edge Paint. This brush is from one of my Patreon-only brush sets. Let's just make the size bigger. We used color 19 here as the base color, so we can go darker and lighter. Let's first apply a darker color. It will be number 18. I will start making strokes at the lower side. Like this. Then we can select a lighter tone, number 20, and make more strokes. This brush has a very nice texture, so we can also change the direction, and then go even lighter with color 21. Let me try to lower the size, and also apply it here from the edge. Now let's add a highlight using color 22. So I will draw more on top, like this. We can move to the right side as well. Then I will go back to color 5, so we can darken the lower side more. And I will make stroke like this. Here we can go even darker and try to apply color 4, but with a very low size. I will put it right on the edge. Go to the right. And after that, we can highlight the top side by applying a very light color. Actually, we can grab it light from the body. I will also make the size a bit smaller and paint right on the edge, like this. Go more to the right. Until here. This was the lightest color. We just need to press more on the edge to make it opaque and super light. Okay, now the wing is ready. We can work on the neck. We have it here on a separate layer. We also need to alpha lock it first, and also apply a few colors here. Let's start with the highlight. 19th color is our base color, so we can go with color 21 and skip color 20. Soft edge paint brush is selected. We can set the size to around 18% and make a stroke like this inside the shape. And after that, we need to select a darker color. It will be number 18. Let's put it here at the lower side. Also darken it a little. And then put it on the right side too, like this. Now we can go even darker and try to apply color 5. This is the shadow that comes from the beak on the side, and then it will go more down. We can also put it here on the head. Make another stroke. And after that I want to smudge these colors. So I will click on the finger and select Wattlebird. Its opacity is at 90%. And we can set the size to around 4%. Just soften the edges inside the shape like this. Let me lower the size a little bit and work on it more. It'll get some volume already. I will smudge it a little more this way. And then select light color again. It is this one, number 21. Let's make it small size. And make a stroke here on the edge. Make it wider while going down. Like this. I will make it slightly bigger. And lower the pressure. Then I will increase it again. And highlight the head on top. Make a stroke that will go to the side. And this part will stay in shadow. This is what we will get. I think I will smudge the colors a bit more inside. And now it is done. Let's work on the body. For that we need to create a layer between these two. And it'll get clipped right away. Let me open the color palette and select color 22. Adjusting the brush size, and I will start making strokes here, around the wing. Let's go down, make a few more strokes, and also apply it at the lower side. Go all the way to the tail, to darken it as well. Now let's go a little bit darker with the next color 23. So I will continue this line here, also darken it. Then make it smaller. And put the color here. We can also apply it on this part of the leg. Now let's continue this line and darken the tail more by making a few strokes here. We can also apply some dark color on the second leg. For that I will lower the size and put the color here. Before we smudge it, let's try to add color 26. I will put it on the tail. And under the wing too. For the shadow. Now let's do this. Go to select color 19 first. And put it on top of the body. Like this. Then we can select color 20 and put it more on top. Let's continue highlighting it and switch to color 21. We just need to lower the size and highlight the edge a bit more. At the lower side we can make it even darker. So let me select color 5. Just draw a line here. We can also smudge the tip a little bit, just to stretch the color here. Using smudge tool. Then I will tap on the brush again. Select color 25. And put another shadow under the wing. It will be the darkest color here. Switching back to finger, so we can smudge some of the textures. But not all of them. I will just smudge it here, on the leg. Also on this one. Let's separate these two. I think we can put even a darker color here. So let it be color 20. We can press even more this way. Draw right on the edge, but then also smudge it. Let's also smudge this line on top, here. Stretch the color more to the side. So this leg will be in shadow. And after that, we can select color 16. With very small brush size, just put a highlight here. Now I like it. Actually, with the same color, we can continue this highlight on the chest. Like this. Let me now select the color from here, from the wing, and with low size, make a few lines for the feathers. I will make the size very small. Let me grab a darker color and apply it more. Right on the edge. We can make another stroke here. Adjust the pressure. Then I will smudge it a little bit. And now I think it is fine. I could continue doing this forever, but at some point we need to stop. So we can finish the background. I will just make a few more strokes. And now I like it. Now let's do this. I will select color 16 again. And go to the layer with the dark color on the head. It was this one, number 18. I will make the size a bit bigger and put this highlight. Like this. Now let's go to the layer with the base color and click on the finger to select Smudge tool. We need to set it to very low amount, around 1%, and start making strokes like this. Just to show these individual feathers, because they are highlighted. I will make another short stroke here, close to the beak. And now we can also do the same on top. Stretch the color here, making the strokes outside. And then also on the chest. Drag it down. If you can see some dark color, we can just switch to brush, go to this layer with the shading, and highlight it more. So these feathers will look very light. Let me do it here too. And now it is fine. When the bird is ready, we can finish the background. Let me just merge all the layers for the bird. Then I'll go here and add another layer. From the color palette we can select color 15. And from airbrushing section, I will grab medium hard airbrush, but set it to a big size, at around 68%. Let's add sort of a cloud at the bottom. I will just start making circular strokes and go up and down like this. Let's go up on the right side. And also paint at the bottom. A couple adjustments here. And after that I will create another layer below. Go to change the color into number 13. Let's add one more shape here. I will also make circles and go up. Let's paint this way. And do the same on the left. Let's make it not so high. Then I will add one more layer under this one and select color 14. Let's draw another bigger cloud here. It will go down. And on the left side as well. Now after we did that, let's do the following. Grab a razor that is set to soft brush. And first I will go to the layer 17. It has this blue color. Let's increase the size a little bit and erase it a little bit at the bottom. to make it half transparent. I will do the same with these two layers. Remove the lower side, but keep it on top. Let me also do it here. I will add this transparency on the left side. We can erase it even more. Only keep the edges, like this. I will adjust this layer, so now we can see the edges better. Now let's go to this layer with blue color and alpha lock it. Let's grab the color from this one and also select ultrafine nozzle from spray paints. I will put this color a little bit here for the gradient, also on this side. And after that we can select the color from the grass. Let's lower the opacity a little bit and make a few strokes going up, like this. Now the background is ready. Let's just draw a couple of butterflies. I will start with color 28. Go to select medium hard airbrush and just draw a simple shape. We just need to make the size a bit smaller. Let's also add another layer on top of the clouds. I will draw the wings like this. It looks like a heart shape. And after that we can pick color 17. Just add a short line here. After that select color 29. And draw another wing that is darker. So it is a very simple shape. I will just make a few adjustments. And now it is fine. We can just go ahead and duplicate this layer a couple times. We can flip one of them horizontal, also scale it, and put it on the side. Also rotate it a little bit. Let's duplicate it once again. I will put this one here. Just make it tiny. And rotate it too. Let's now merge the layers. And then I will outline these two. Apply Gaussian blur. Just a tiny bit. At around 3% is fine. Before finishing the drawing, let's rearrange some of the layers. Right now the bird is located on top. But we need to drag it down and put it between these layers. It is under the flowers and above this layer with the grass of orange color. So we don't have to erase the legs at the bottom. The drawing is now ready and I'd like to turn it into a card. Instead of merging all the layers, we can just go here to the top layer, it is the one with the sketch. Then I will go to Actions, click Add, copy canvas, and then paste it. We will get everything merged and it will appear on top of all layers. Let's just tap and hold here to make all other layers disappear. And now we can transform it. I will click on the arrow and pick Uniform. Let's reveal this frame around. Now you can select any color for it. Just go to the background color and pick a color. I want to keep it white. So I will just double tap here on the light area, like this. After the transformation, the image may get a little blurry. And to fix it, we can go to Adjustments and apply Sharpen. Just slide a little bit to the right to bring back the sharpness. And as the final step, let's apply a texture overlay. For that we can create a layer on top of this one and set it to Add Mode. Let's select color 13 from the palette and also craft paper from the set. I will set both size and opacity to maximum and make a stroke all over the canvas, like this. Now let's go and lower the opacity of the layer. I think around 68% is fine. And after this final step, our Avocet illustration is complete. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. For more tutorials and brush sets, check out my Patreon page. Thank you so much for watching and see you soon!